Have you ever wondered how ancient philosophers managed to stay calm in the midst of chaos? Today's video explores Stoicism, not just as a philosophy from dusty textbooks, but as a practical toolkit for navigating emotional storms. Picture this: being stuck in gridlocked traffic, late for an important meeting, while the phone blows up with urgent messages. Most people would feel that familiar surge of panic, right? But what if Stoics developed methods to face such moments with remarkable composure? Stoicism emerged in ancient Greece, but its wisdom feels tailor-made for the chaotic modern world. At its core lies a revolutionary idea. While life will always throw curveballs, people hold the power over how they respond to them. The next few minutes will explore 7 life-changing lessons from Stoic philosophy that have transformed countless approaches to challenges throughout history. These aren't abstract theories. They're practical tools anyone can apply today to build emotional resilience. If you find value in these insights, take a moment to subscribe and hit the notification bell. This community is growing with people just like you who are seeking wisdom that stands the test of time. Now, let's explore how ancient Stoic principles can revolutionize emotional well-being in today's world. Lesson 1: the power of reflection. When was the last time you truly paused before responding to a challenging situation? In our hyper-connected world, we're conditioned for instant reactions. Someone criticizes us, we defend immediately. A problem arises, we scramble for the quickest solution. But what if this reactivity is actually undermining our effectiveness? Stoics were masters of the strategic pause, that vital space between stimulus and response, where our wisdom resides. Think about a heated argument you've had recently. In the moment, you probably felt completely justified in your position, only to realize later, perhaps when driving home or lying in bed, that you missed crucial perspectives or could have expressed yourself more effectively. This is why daily reflection isn't just a nice philosophical idea. It's a practical superpower. Whether it's taking 5 mindful breaths before responding to a triggering email, or setting aside 10 minutes before bed to review your day's decisions, reflection transforms our decision-making quality. Asking specific questions enhances this practice. What went well today? What could have been handled differently? What deserves gratitude? The beauty of reflection is that it doesn't require hours of meditation. Even brief moments of mindful consideration can interrupt automatic reactions and open up new possibilities for how we engage with life's challenges. How might your most challenging relationships transform if you committed to reflection before reaction? Lesson 2: practicing dispassion. Let's clear up a common misconception right away. Stoic dispassion isn't about becoming emotionless like Spock from Star Trek. It's about developing emotional intelligence, experiencing your feelings without being hijacked by them. Think of emotions like weather patterns moving through the sky of your consciousness. Just as the sky isn't defined by passing clouds, you aren't defined by temporary emotional states. We've all been there. That moment when anger flares and we say something we immediately regret, or when anxiety about the future paralyzes us from taking action in the present. Practicing dispassion means observing, "I'm experiencing anger," rather than "I am angry." This subtle shift creates psychological space that allows you to respond thoughtfully rather than react impulsively. Here's a practical approach. The next time you feel a strong emotion arising, mentally step back and name it. This is frustration appearing, or I notice anxiety is present. This simple naming practice interrupts the automatic emotional cascade and puts you back in the driver's seat. Imagine bringing this skill to your next challenging conversation. While others might get swept away in emotional reactivity, You'd maintain clarity and perspective, not by suppressing your feelings, but by engaging with them wisely. What relationship in your life might benefit most from this practice of dispassionate awareness? Lesson 3. The 5-year perspective. Will this matter in 5 years? This simple question has extraordinary power to cut through the mental noise of daily concerns. Think about what was consuming your thoughts 5 years ago. How many of those urgent problems still matter today? For most of us, what seemed like emergencies have faded into barely remembered footnotes in our life story. Consider the colleague who criticized your project last week, the minor social embarrassment you can't stop replaying, or the traffic jam that ruined your morning. When viewed through the lens of 5 years, do these concerns deserve the emotional energy we give them? This isn't about dismissing legitimate problems. Some challenges absolutely will matter in 5 years. Rather, it's about gaining perspective on which issues deserve your limited emotional and mental resources. Many people keep a simple note that says 5 why, a reminder to apply this filter when caught in worry or frustration. It's remarkable how quickly this question can deflate seemingly massive problems. What current concern in your life might shrink when viewed through this 5-year perspective? Lesson 4. The practice of gratitude. The Stoic practice we'll explore might be the most transformative. Cultivating gratitude not as an occasional feeling, but as a consistent practice. The Stoics understood something modern psychology confirms. Our minds have a negativity bias. We're wired to notice problems, threats, and what's missing rather than what's present and working well. Seneca recommended a powerful practice. Regularly contemplate losing what you value, your health, relationships, comforts, not to induce anxiety, but to break through the numbness of familiarity. When we imagine the absence of what we take for granted, we reawaken to its presence. Try this experiment. Before continuing this video, pause and identify 3 ordinary aspects of your day that would dramatically impact your life if they disappeared tomorrow. Perhaps the ability to walk comfortably, access to clean water, or the presence of someone you love. This mental exercise shifts something in our perception. Suddenly, the ordinary reveals itself as extraordinary. The basic becomes revealed as the blessing it always was. Gratitude isn't just a pleasant sentiment. It's a revolutionary perspective shift that transforms how we experience our lives. Research shows it improves everything from sleep quality to relationship satisfaction to overall resilience. What ordinary miracle in your life deserves more appreciation? Lesson 5. The dichotomy of control. The foundation of Stoic thinking is surprisingly simple, yet profoundly powerful. It's about clearly distinguishing between what you can control and what you cannot. Consider this. How often do we waste mental energy worrying about things entirely outside our influence? The weather canceling our plans, a delayed flight, or even someone else's opinion of us. The Stoics would ask, why sacrifice your peace of mind over something you cannot change? Consider this example. A professional is preparing for an important presentation when suddenly their computer crashes. Years ago, this might have triggered panic and frustration. Instead, they pause and ask, what aspects of this situation can I actually control? They couldn't control the technology failure, but they could control their response. By quickly switching to backup notes and adapting their approach, they delivered one of their most authentic presentations. This shift isn't about passive resignation. It's about directing your energy where it actually matters. When criticism comes your way at work, you can't control what others think, but you can control how you receive feedback, what you learn from it, and how you improve. The next time you feel that familiar tightness of stress, try asking yourself, is this within my control? If not, practice the liberating art of letting go? If yes, channel your energy into thoughtful action. Lesson 6. The Stoic Journal. If there's one practical habit that can transform abstract Stoic principles into tangible growth, it's journaling. The Stoics themselves were prolific writers, using the page as a laboratory for examining their thoughts and refining their character. Marcus Aurelius never intended his meditations to be published. It was his personal journal, a conversation with himself about becoming a better person. Now, nearly 2,000 years later, his private reflections guide millions. Unlike the perfectly curated journals you might see on social media, Stoic journaling isn't about documenting your best life. It's about honest self-examination and growth. Here are 3 powerful prompts to experiment with. First, what went well today and why? This builds the habit of recognizing progress and reinforcing positive behaviors. Second, where did I fall short of my values, and how can I improve tomorrow? This cultivates honest self-assessment without harsh self-judgment. Finally, what am I taking for granted that I could lose at any moment? This reminds us of the impermanence that makes life precious. The magic of journaling isn't in creating a perfect record. It's in the practice itself. Even 5 minutes of thoughtful writing can interrupt mental loops, clarify confusion, and reveal insights that busy minds miss. What aspect of your life might benefit most from this kind of regular reflection? Lesson 7. Obstacles as teachers. The impediment to action advances action. What stands in the way becomes the way. This quote from Marcus Aurelius captures a profound Stoic insight. Our greatest challenges often become our greatest teachers. History and our own lives are filled with examples of apparent setbacks that ultimately led to growth and opportunity. The job loss that forces us to pursue a more fulfilling path. The relationship ending that teaches us about our own patterns. The health challenge that awakens us to what truly matters. Consider someone facing a significant professional rejection that initially feels devastating. With time, they might recognize how that apparent failure forces them to develop neglected skills and ultimately opens doors they hadn't even known existed. The Stoic approach isn't about toxic positivity or pretending difficulties don't hurt. It's about asking different questions when facing obstacles. What can I learn from this? How might this challenge be developing qualities I need? What opportunities might this apparent setback create? This perspective transforms us from victims of circumstance to active participants in our growth story. The obstacle doesn't disappear, but its power to derail us diminishes. What current challenge in your life might actually be serving as a teacher or guide? Conclusion. We've explored 7 powerful Stoic practices. Embracing reflection, practicing dispassion, gaining perspective through the 5-year question, cultivating gratitude, distinguishing what we can control, journaling for growth, and seeing obstacles as teachers. These ancient tools aren't academic theories. They're practical approaches to navigating our complex emotional lives with greater wisdom and resilience. The beauty of Stoicism is that it doesn't require massive life changes or special circumstances. These practices can be applied today, wherever you are, whatever challenges you're facing. For those who found value in these insights, consider joining this growing community by subscribing and sharing thoughts in the comments. Which Stoic practice resonates most? How might it apply to current challenges? For viewers wanting to explore further, the channel offers related videos on practical philosophy and emotional intelligence. Each builds on these foundations to develop greater clarity, purpose, and resilience. Thank you for joining this exploration of timeless wisdom. Until next time, remember that while no one can control what life brings, everyone has power over how they respond. And that makes all the difference.